Fairgrounds in Alameda County. We are at the Home Garden and RV show. Right now, we're kind of just hanging back, but we're going to talk about RV financing today, both with good credit and bad credit, because there's a lot of folks out there that send me questions off and on about how an actual loan works when it comes to a travel trailer, a toy hauler, a fifth wheel, etc. Now, there's going to be a lot of background noise during this live stream, so let me pull up a chair. And let's have a conversation, okay? Now, that's a cool tiny home. I'll probably go through that a little bit later on today, because in general, Friday is generally a slower day when it comes to RV shows, especially when it's really a showcase. So what we're showcasing actually at this show is we're showcasing an Avenger travel trailer by Primetime RV. We have a nice show special on that online. And then let's flip this around so we can see one of my favorite small little trailers, the modern buggy. And then, of course, we have the Intech Horizon, which is actually a really cool small trailer. Now, the reality is RV financing works a lot differently than a car loan, than a mortgage. It is actually closer to a mortgage than it is a car loan, okay? The very first thing almost everybody asks me, even with all the noise in the background like that blower, a lot of people ask me, is there zero down in the RV industry? First question I always get. And the answer to that is yes and no, okay? So the yes part is let's say you're buying a travel trailer and it's at that blowout show special, there's like negative money into it, or you don't need a lot of accessories like a weight distribution hitch or a brake control. You're just buying the trailer with no battery, no propane tanks, no prep. You're just buying the shell itself with no accessories and no equipment. Yes, it is very possible. So let's say you get a Coleman 17B and you're not being charged prep. You're not being charged freight by Camping World. Then yes, at the $99.95 price of that Coleman 13B, you could probably do zero down, okay? Now, when it comes to certain trailers like this Avenger, or even something like a Flagstaff or Rockwood, there are programs that do have zero down if you have outstanding credit, or they do up to 5 or 10% down. So the normal in this industry with good or bad credit is a minimum, watch this, a minimum of 10% down is the normal in this industry. Remember, this is a toy. Good Lord, that guy's a loud blower. Anyway, I can hear that probably for like 4 square miles. So the reality is zero down is something very far and few between when it comes to RV loans. It is not the normal. The normal is 10 to 15% down. That is the normal. And the reason why is because a bank or lending institution, like a credit union, like a regular bank, like a subprime lender, they know that this is a toy. And they want to have at least tax, license fees, and any equipment that you may need to either haul the truck camper or to tow the travel trailer, or even equipment you might add to the motorhome, like a hitch and a brake control system for towing your vehicle. So the reality is a bank wants to be in some kind of position where you have some skin in the game. When you come in with some skin in the game, it makes it a lot easier for the bank to approve the loan. And that's unfortunately a fact of life. Can you guys still hear me? If you can still hear me, please let me know in the comments, because I just had the camera blacked out for a minute. Can you still hear me? Or is the sound gone? All right, we'll start over.